Hello everyone, CKBrown7 here, and today we are going to be doing another Blu-ray DVD collection video. Y'all might recall I did one like this a few years back. Well, actually it was back in December 2017, so it wasn't that long ago. But my collection has grown since then, and I've been wanting to do another video like this, just to show you guys what I have as of right now. And just to keep in mind, I don't own every single big popular film as of making this video. I don't have the Godfather trilogy, I don't have the Back to the Future trilogy, I don't have a lot of the Disney classics, and I don't even own the Star Wars original trilogy. So, yeah, I got quite a few that I'm still trying to get, but this is all I have in the meantime, so without further ado, I will start off by showing you all my Blu-rays, and then I will show you my DVDs. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Start out with the numeric title, shall we? We have 310 Yuma, 5 centimeters per second, 9, 10 Things I Hate About You, 11/22/63, 12 Angry Men, one of the few Criterions I currently own, as you all know, one of my favorite black and white movies, 12 Monkeys, 12 Years a Slave, 13 Hours, The Secret Soldier of Benghazi, one of Michael Bay's few not terrible films, 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. So disappointed we're never going to get a third film to this, because the way that the second film ended was pretty awesome. 127 Hours, 500 Days of Summer, and a double feature of Ray Harryhausen's creature feature, being 20 Men Lost to Earth and It Came From Beneath the Sea. Alright, moving on to the A's. We got The Adjustment Bureau, Africa, Air Force One, Akira. Gotta have Akira if you're an anime fan. Aladdin. Alice in Wonderland, the animated film, not the awful Tim Burton movie. Alien. Aliens, the only Alien films worth owning. All Dogs Go to Heaven. All the Money in the World, pretty underrated Ridley Scott movie. Alpha, pretty underrated film from 2018 in my opinion. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's decent, I thought. American History X, American Hustle, and American Tail, childhood right there, and American Werewolf in London, the only Blu-ray Steelbook I currently own, and I hear we're supposed to get a remake to this movie, which I am honestly not crazy for. So, alright. We have Anastasia, which also comes with the prequel movie of Bartok the Magnificent, I believe, right? Yeah, I believe this does, yeah. Another Don Bluth classic. Annihilation. Anomalisa. Charlie Kaufman right there. Am I the only one that would love to see Charlie Kaufman do a hand-drawn animated film? Because he's really good with stop-motion animation. I'd love to see what he would do with hand-drawn. Apollo 11. Apollo 13. April in the Extraordinary World. You will see a lot of animated films by G-Kids in this collection, by the way, because I have loved most of their movies, at least the ones I have seen, and I'm trying to get all their films in their collection, in my, well, collection, hopefully. Argo, Arrival, Arthur Christmas, Attack the Block, Avatar. Even though it is, in my opinion, a very overrated movie, I like enough to own it. I actually haven't even watched it since I bought it, but I got it because it was really cheap, and with the upcoming sequel of next year, I think, I figured it'd be appropriate to get it. Avatar: The Last Airbender, as you all know, or maybe y'all don't know, but I don't know if I mentioned, but my favorite TV show of all time, not just animated, but in general. Love this series to death. So far, there hasn't been an animated series, in my opinion, that has lived up to the hype of that show. The Avengers, Avengers Age of Ultron, and Infinity War. Haven't seen Endgame yet, but I've heard it was amazing, so who knows. Moving on to the B's, we have Babe, and Babe Pig in the City, childhood right there. Baby Driver, one of my favorite movies from 2017. Bambi, Barefoot Gen 1 and 2. Probably should have mentioned before this video, you will see a lot of anime movies in this collection as well, especially the Studio Ghibli movies, so yeah. Now moving on to the Batman movies, we have Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, The Dark Knight Rises, Batman Mask of the Phantasm, my favorite Batman movie of all time. I know most people will go to The Dark Knight or Tim Burton's Batman, but for me, this is my favorite Batman movie. Batman Gotham by Gaslight, and Batman Ninja. There's still a lot of animated Batman movies I'd love to get, like Batman Beyond Return of the Joker, and The Dark Knight Returns, and Under the Red Hood, and several others like that, but the time will come. Beast of the Southern Wild. Beauty and the Beast, as you all know, my favorite Disney classic. Belladonna of Sadness. Big Fish in Begonia. Big Hero 6. Big Trouble in Little China. Bird Boy, The Forgotten Children. Birdman. Black Hawk Down. Black Panther. Personally, I think this film was a little overhyped and overrated. Like, I honestly didn't think it deserved the nominee, but it's decent. It's alright. I'm gonna have to rewatch it again. Blade Runner. Still need to get Blade Runner 24/9. The Blind Side. The Book of Life. The Bourne Trilogy. The Box Trolls. The Boy and the Beast. Boy in the World. Beautiful animated film right there. Brave. Braveheart. The Breadwinner. Bridge of Spies. And Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. If you can see the cover. On to the Seas, we have Captain America the First Avenger. Captain America the Winter Soldier. And Captain America Civil War. Captain Phillips. Casablanca. Here's looking at you, kid. Castaway. Cobweb on the Blu Ray for some reason. Castle in the Sky, my first of my Studio Ghibli collection. Yes, I do own every single Studio Ghibli film in my collection, which was not easy to do. The Castle of Cagliostro, Hayao Miyazaki's first film he ever directed. And The Cat Returns. Charming little film. Charlie is My Darling, a Rolling Stones documentary. Chico and Rita. Children of Men. Children Who Chase Lost Voices, by Makoto Shinkai, the same director of Your Name. A Christmas Carol, 1951, with Alistar Sim, my favorite version of this story. Christmas Carol, 1984, with George C. Scott. And a Christmas Carol from 2009 with Jim Carrey. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Cloverfield. Coco. Collateral. Colorful. Constantine, City of Demons, the movie. Coraline, my favorite Laika film. Corpse Bride. Cowboy Bebop, the complete series. I'll be honest, I've only seen the first 9 episodes of this, but already this is becoming one of my favorite animes. It is awesome. And, Cowboy Bebop, the movie. I should also mention that I only own 2 anime shows on Blu Ray. You'll see another one later on. Crazy Stupid Love. Chronos, Guillermo del Toro's first film. The Croods, it's an alright DreamWorks movie. And the first season of CSI Crime Scene Investigation. Now on to the Ds, we have Dancing with Wolves, Darkest Hour, Deadpool, The Death Superman, and a sequel film, Reign of the Supermen, Deepwater Horizon, a 3 combo pack of Chuck Norris films, which contains Delta Force, Missing in Action, and Missing Action to the Beginning. This was actually given to me by a family member. Apparently he's a Chuck Norris fan, and he gave this to me. I've heard these aren't very good movies. I haven't watched them, so I can't say, but I may check them out eventually. Despicable Me, and Despicable Me 2. Cute movies. The only Illumination films I really care about. Dinosaur. Yeah, not one of Disney's stronger movies, but it's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. Django Unchained. Surprisingly, the only Quentin Tarantino movie I currently own. Doctor Strange. Drive. And Dumbo. On to the E's, which I only have 6 of them. We have Edge of Tomorrow. Not Live, Die, Repeat. Edge of Tomorrow. That's the title of the film. 8th grade. The Emperor's New Groove and Kronk's New Groove. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Ever After, A Cinderella Story. And Ex Machina. Alright, so on to the Fs. We have Fantasia and Fantasia 2000. This is the UK Blu-ray because the American Blu-ray is out of print and really hard to find. But yeah, one of my favorite Disney classics. Fantastic Mr. Fox. Fantastic Planet. The Fifth Element. Finding Nemo. Still need to get Finding Dory. The complete series of Firefly. Still have yet to watch the show. I've been meaning to because I hear it's really good. But, yeah, nice Blu-ray case. Forrest Gump. From Up on Poppy Hill. Really underrated Studio Ghibli movie. Frozen. Shut up. Just shut up, alright? Hoping Frozen 2 will be good. And The Fugitive. Alright, so on to the G's. Get Out. Ghost in the Shell. Ghost Stories. The Ghost Writer. The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. The Girl Without Hands. Gladiator. Godzilla, the 2014 movie. Heard the new one wasn't that good, but I don't know. Gran Torino. The Grand Budapest Hotel, one of my favorite comedies. Grave of the Fireflies, one of the saddest films I've ever seen, but one of my favorites nonetheless. Gravity. The Green Mile. Guardians of the Galaxy. And Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. To the H's, we have Hachi, A Dog's Tale. The Haunting, the original, not the remake, because the remake is awful. Heat. Heavy Metal. It's an alright animated movie. I can understand why a lot of people like it, but if you're into that old 80s cheesy, you know, like, it's a time capsule movie. It's basically a time capsule film. Still better than its sequel, but I will say Love, Death, and Robots is the better version of the film, but it's decent nonetheless. Hercules. Hereditary. Home Alone 1 and 2. The only ones worth owning. Hook. The Host. The good one, not the bad one, from 2013. House of Flying Daggers. How the Grinch Stole Christmas Ultimate Edition, which also comes with Halloween is Grinch Night and The Grinch Grinches the Cat in the Hat. How to Train Your Dragon. And How to Train Your Dragon 2. Still need to get the Hidden World. Hidden World was really good. Howl's Moving Castle. Hunchback of Notre Dame 1 and 2. The Hunger Games. Hunger Games Catching Fire. The Mockingjay Part 1. And Part 2. And Hunt for the Wilder People. Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. The Illusionist, the 2010 animated French movie, not to be confused with the 2006 film with Paul Giamatti and Edward Norton. In This Corner of the World. Inception. The Incredible Hulk with green lenticular slip. The Incredibles, still need to get Incredibles 2. The Indiana Jones, The Complete Adventures, gotta have those. Inside Out. Interstellar. The Untouchables. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the original from 1956. The Iron Giant. Iron Man. Iron Man 2. Iron Man 3. Isle of Dogs, one of my favorite movies from 2018. It. It's a mad, 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 mad world. It's a Wonderful Life. Jaws. John Wick. John Wick Chapter 2. Haven't seen the third one yet, but I heard it was really good. Jumanji. Another childhood right there. Jurassic Park. Lost World Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park 3. Jurassic World. And Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. The worst of all of them. Why do I have it? Because, well, it was given to me as a gift during Christmas, and I actually do plan on doing a review of that movie, because that film, I know it's been reviewed to death already, but I just feel like I have to sometime soon. Don't know when it'll come out yet, though. And as for the J's, Justice League versus the Fatal Five. Moving right along to the K's, we have Kiki's Delivery Service, easily my top 5 favorite Studio Ghibli movies. King Kong, the original, with the Monster Mayhem slip, as you can see. Really awesome. Kong Skull Island, it was okay. Still need to get the Peter Jackson movie. Kubo and the Two Strings. Haven't seen this film since it came out. Definitely feel like rewatching it again soon. Kung Fu Panda, Kung Fu Panda 2, and Kung Fu Panda 3. Moving on to the L's, we have La La Land, Lady and the Tramp, The Land Before Time, The Last Samurai, A League of Their Own, Leave No Trace, The Lego Movie, The Lego Batman Movie, A Letter to Momo, Life of Pi, The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, The Lives of Others, Liz and the Bluebird, Logan, one of my favorite superhero films, Lone Survivor, Long Way North, and Lost City of Zed. And on to the M's, we have Mad Max, Mad Max 2 The Road Warrior, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, and of course, Mad Max Fury Road, one of the best action films in recent years. The Man with No Name trilogy, which contains Fistful of Dollars, for a few dollars more, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Maquis, When the Promised Flower Blooms, I hope I pronounced that right. The Adventures of Mark Twain by Will Vinton, may he rest in peace. Marrying Max, one of my favorite movies of all time. Marrying the Witch's Flower. Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins Returns was, it was okay. And the Matrix trilogy. Mind. Metropolis, the 2001 anime film, not to be confused with the 1927 French Lane film. $1 Million Baby. Miss Hokusai. The Mission Impossible 5 film collection, which contains Mission Impossible 1, 2, 3, Ghost Protocol, and Rogue Nation. And Mission Impossible Fallout. Monster Calls. Monster House. Monsters, Inc. Mulan 1 and 2. Mune Guardian of the Moon. My Life as a Zucchini. My Neighbor Totoro. And My Neighbors the Yamadas. Got 5 for the ends. We got Napping Princess. Nausicaa the Valley of the Wind. The Nightmare Before Christmas. No Country for Old Men. And Non-Stop. Ocean Waves. Disney Nature Oceans. The Oceans Trilogy. Old Boy. Only Yesterday. And The Outsiders. That's all I have for the O's as of right now. A lot for the P's, so here we go. We have Pacific Rim. Paddington. And Paddington 2. Such good movies. Pan's Labyrinth, as you all shall know, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. Paprika. Paranorman. Padma Inverted. Patriots Day. The Peanuts Holiday Collection. And the Peanuts Movie. Perfect Blue. Persepolis, the Blu Ray that started this collection altogether. And what a perfect film to start on. Peter Pan. Pinocchio. Pocahontas 1 and 2. Poco. Ponyo. Porco Rosso. The Post. The Predator trilogy. Not The Predator, because that film was awful. The Princess and the Frog. Princess Mononoke. Prisoners. The Prophet. And Psycho. And I only have one for Q, and that is A Quiet Place. Onto the R's, we have The Rabbi's Cat, the Rambo collection. Hope the new one will be good. Rango, Ratatouille, Red Line, The Red Turtle, Remember the Titans, The Rescuers and the Rescues Down Under, The Revenant, Rise of the Guardians, very underrated DreamWorks film. The Road, one of my favorite post-apocalyptic movies. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Robots, it's a guilty pleasure. The Rocky collection and Creed. Don't have Creed 2 yet. The S's, which is quite a lot. So we have Saving Mr. Banks, Saving Private Ryan, one of my favorite war movies. Say I Love You, the other anime show I mentioned that I only own. I can highly relate to that story, believe it or not. Schindler's List, The Secret of Kells, Secret of Nim, Secret Window, The Secret World of Arrietty, a lot of secrets. Seven, one of my favorite crime dramas of all time. Shaun the Sheep Movie, The Shape of Water, The Shawshank Redemption, the only digibook I currently own. But yeah, one of my favorite movies of all time. Sicario, Sicario Day of the Soldado, A Silent Voice, The Skycrawlers, Sleepy Hollow, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Snowpiercer, Song of the Sea, beautiful, beautiful film. These next two are guilty pleasures. The Sorcerer's Apprentice and Space Jam. Not great films, but they have their moments. Speed, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spirited Away. Do I really need to say anything? Split, Suicide Squad Hell to Pay, Summer Wars, Superman and Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut, Sweet Country, The Sword and the Stone, and finally for the S's, Synecdoche, New York. Onto the T's, Taken, only Taken, not Taken 2 or 3, don't even bother with those. The Tale of the Princess Kaguya, Tales from the Sea, and it is technically the worst of the Studio Ghibli films, but again, there are some good moments about it. Tangled, Tarzan, The Theory of Everything, rest in peace, sorry, I can't talk today. Stephen Hawking, yeah, rest in peace, Stephen Hawking. There Will Be Blood, The Thing, John Carpenter version, Thor, The Adventures of Tintin, To Kill a Mockingbird, another one of my favorite black and white movies, and as you can kind of see, I have a t-shirt for the occasion. You know, Atticus Finch, To Kill a Mockingbird, okay. Tower, one of my favorite documentaries. The Town Called Panic, this is the Canadian Blu Ray, because this film doesn't have a Blu Ray release here in the United States. Really good and really hilarious animated film. Toy Story, Toy Story 2, and Toy Story 3. I still have not seen Toy Story 4 yet, but I heard it's supposed to be really good. The Tremors Attack Pack. Awesome movies. Well, the first one's awesome. The other ones that get really cheesy and ridiculous. Troll Hunter. And finally for the T's, True Grit, the remake. Still need to get the original. We have Unbreakable, Up, The Usual Suspects, Viva Vendetta, Valkyrie, Vampire Hunter D, and Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, the better Van Helsing films. You know, when I say that, better than the Van Helsing movie with Hugh Jackman. Ali, the Walt Disney Short Films Collection, Walter Bashir, another one of my favorite war movies, Watership Down, We Bought a Zoo. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. West Side Story. Here we're supposed to get a remake of that. What We Do in the Shadows, another one of my favorite comedies. Absolutely hilarious. When Marnie Was There, the first movie that ever got me to bawl into tears at the end. If y'all seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. When the Wind Blows, another hard film to watch. Whisper of the Heart, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Willow, This is the now out-of-print Blu-ray before they recently re-released it. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The Wind Rises. Wizard of Oz, gotta have it. Wolf Children, another really sad, heartbreaking film. Won't You Be My Neighbor? X-Men Days of Future Past. Yellow Submarine. You Were Never Really Here. Your Name, one of my all-time favorites. Not just in anime, but just films in general. Zero Dark 30. And finally, for the Blu-rays, Zootopia. Now let's move on to my DVDs. And I will say this, I only collect DVDs if the movie does not have a Blu-ray release, or the Blu-ray itself is out of print, or just whatever other reason. Some of these I do know have a Blu-ray release, but I just have yet to replace it. So, yeah. Here are my DVDs, which I don't have nearly as many, but here we go. 7 Faces of Dr. Lowe. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Season 1 of 24. Alice, the Czechoslovakian stop-motion / live-action film. The Animatrix, because the Blu-ray itself is out of print. Ants. Azor and Asmar, The Princess Quest. Battle Angel, the animated short film that that live-action remake... Well, yeah, live-action remake is sort of based on this, but it's more based on the manga. Season 1 of Being the Beast, the better live-action Being the Beast. Season 1 of Big Bang Theory. Bilal, A New Breed of Hero. Pretty good animated film, actually. Season 1 of Blue Planet. Definitely need to get the Blu-ray for that. Chicken Run. By the way, if you notice some of the DreamWorks movies you see in here, why don't I have the Blu-ray for those? Because some of these did finally get a Blu-ray release. Simple, because the Blu-ray covers look like garbage. So yeah. This one's from my childhood. The Crocodile Hunter Collision Course. What can I say? I love The Crocodile Hunter. Not a great film, looking back, but still. DuckTales the movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp. Disney Nature Earth. The Elephant Man. Ethel and Ernest. The Five People You Meet in Heaven. Flushed Away. That's an okay film. Season 1 of Gargoyles. And, Season 2 of Gargoyles. I kind of hope they do eventually give Season 3 its DVD release, even though that was when the show started going downhill, but, who knows. But still, awesome show. One of my favorite Disney series, apart from Gravity Falls. Gaslight. Funny thing, this film only just recently got a Blu-ray release, finally. Shortly after I bought this DVD at a yard sale. So, yeah. G.I. Joe Resolute. A Goofy Movie. The Halloween Tree. Pretty underrated film that aired on Cartoon Network back in, like, the 90s. Season 1 of Heroes. And Season 2 of Heroes. Need to catch up on the show. Holes. Homebound 1 and 2. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Inside the Vietnam War. This is a 3-part miniseries that aired on National Geographic back in 2008. Yeah. Joaux Noel, one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. Jurassic Fight Club. Kirikou and the Sorceress. Leafy, A Hen Into the Wild. This is the, this DVD I actually got from Malaysia. This is I believe this is a Korean DVD, because the American DVD is, honestly, from what I hear, is just crap, and this particular DVD is the only one that has the uncut ending intact. But yeah, this is a really, really good animated film if you haven't seen it. Although I do want to point out with this DVD, yeah, the DVD placement is all backwards. Kind of interesting, but very charming film. Definitely recommend it, but just don't check out the English dub. The English dub is awful, as well, it doesn't have the original ending in it. Memories. Moby Dick, the TV miniseries from 1998 with Patrick Stewart. Monster Resurrected. Season 1, The Most Extreme. Can someone please, like, convince Animal Planet to release all 5 seasons of The Most Extreme on a DVD set? That would be awesome, because I loved the show as a kid. Season 1 of Once Upon a Time. Over the Garden Wall. Amazing Cartoon Network miniseries. Over the Hedge. It's another okay DreamWorks film. The Pianist. This is an out-of-print DVD that I got at a thrift store. The Place Promised in Early Days, Makoto Shinkai's first film, that still does not have a Blu-ray release for some reason. Planet Dinosaur. Prehistoric Park, and this DVD I've completely worn off. I've had this thing for years, and I might need to consider, I mean, if the disc still work fine, I probably won't make a deal, but I don't know. The case itself has worn itself. I have all 5 series of Primeval. As you all know, I don't think this is still my favorite TV show. I mean, it was for a while, but looking back, it's not like an amazing show, but I do have a soft spot for it, even if it does have its ups and down moments, especially in the later seasons, but yeah, I do have all 5 seasons of Primeval. But yeah, still love the show nonetheless. The Adventures of Prince Ahmed, the oldest film I currently own in my collection, as well as the oldest animated film ever made. Prince of Egypt. Princes and Princesses. Professor Layton and the Eternal Diva, according to some people, the only good video game adaptation movie. Robin Hood, the complete series. I haven't seen the entirety of the show. I've seen, like, all of Season 1 and most of Season 2, but I do need to catch up on it. Yeah. Season 1 of Rocky and Bullwinkle Friends. What can I say? Love this show as a kid. All of Schoolhouse Rock. Sea Monsters, A Prehistoric Adventure. Season 1 of Sherlock. Season 1 of The Simpsons. The Snowman. Something Wicked This Way Comes. I hear we're supposed to get a remake of this sometime in the future, or at least Disney is considering, which I guess I'd be alright with remaking this movie, but I don't know, it is a charming film I like to watch around Halloween. Stargate. And Swiss Family Robinson. 13 Days. Treasure Island. One of the first live-action films by Disney. The Triplets of Belleville. Unleash Deadly Animal Attacks. Collector's Edition. Waking Life. The Ultimate Dinosaur Collection. This comes with Walking with Monsters, Walking with Dinosaurs, Allosaurus, Chased by Dinosaurs, and Chased by Sea Monsters. And Walking with Prehistoric Beasts. What can I say? I love the Walking with series. Wallace and Gromit with the Curse of the Were-Rabbit. War of the Worlds, the original. Don't know why that doesn't have a Blu Ray release yet. Season 5 of The West Wing. Why do I have only Season 5? Because this was at a thrift store for like $5, I think. It was really cheap. And I have been wanting to check out the show for some time, and I figured I might as well get one. I think the show's on Netflix, though, so I don't know. Just, it was for a good deal. The complete series of Where on Earth is Carmen Sandiego. I just love the show as a kid, and I got it because, you know, with the new Carmen Sandiego show on Netflix, which I've yet to watch, mostly because I've been very skeptical about seeing it, because I'm a huge fan of the original franchise, and from what I've heard, they really changed a lot about Carmen, but I might still check it out. Zarafa, a pretty good animated film that's loosely based on a true story. And finally, I have a couple more things that really aren't on my shelves, but I have them anyway. First of all, there are these 2 tins, these 2 ocean-themed tin DVDs. One called Killers of the Deep, and the other's called Deep Blue Sea. I actually don't remember where I got these. I think these were given to me as a gift during Christmas, because, as you probably could tell by my collection, I love collecting documentaries about animals and nature and all that. I've only seen a few of these, though, and from what I saw, they're pretty good, but I don't have them on my official DVD shelf, because I don't know where to put them. I guess I put them with O's and Ocean, but I don't know, I just have them separated. And finally, one more thing I have to show y'all. I have the Ultimate Collection of the Three Stooges. I don't have this with the other DVDs, I just have them on top of one of my Blu Ray shelves, because it's just too big. But yeah, what can I say? Love the Three Stooges, these guys are hilarious, and I'm glad I have what I'm assuming this comes with every single episode of the show. Whew. That is it. That is what I currently own in my Blu-ray DVD collection. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Just to give you an idea what I currently own in my collection, just my taste in movies. You'll notice I do collect a lot of films that most collectors have shown off on YouTube that they typically don't own. I guess I just love collecting obscure media. That's just my thing. Yeah, this is going to take a while to put together and edit. Hopefully it won't take too long. But, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. This is CK7, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!